We are going to start a masterclass entirely on LinkedIn, how LinkedIn can help you to become an industry thought leader. A lot of times people have this misconception about LinkedIn. They try to use LinkedIn like Twitter or Facebook, but LinkedIn is a totally different platform. And for that, you need to understand what are the key things that should be part of your profile and how do you build your profile. So I have a presentation. I'll share you the link of the presentation along with the video. But let's start. Uh, so how to become the go-to person in your industry on LinkedIn? Why you have to become a go-to person? Let me answer the first question. Once you become a go-to person in your industry, what happens is whether it is future employees, whether it is whether it is marketers, whether it is stakeholders or shareholders or customers, everybody will be attracted to you. It's like working on laws of attraction. I have been in this industry like pharma marketing for almost now 2 3 years, and I have been talking a lot of content about pharma marketing. What it has resulted is whenever somebody is searching on pharma marketing, somebody is searching for digital health, the things that they see on Google search are some of the top LinkedIn posts. And since I keep on posting every second day, and there are a lot of comments, it comes out that anybody who wants to know more about anything, any ideas about pharma marketing, they come to my profile. This is the sole reason that I'm able to pull inbound leads. I always get DMs from people giving me their number and requesting me that can we have a discussion, and this leads to a meeting, this leads to sales. So a lot of times in sales, people usually think that in sales they have to sell something. We don't have to sell something in sales. I believe we have to serve the community. Once you start serving the community with a lot of free things, that is when the community will recognize you. They will know that you know your things inside out, and they will start believing in you. And once they start believing in you, a trust starts building up. This is where they will connect with you. The five things which I told you, you are not aware that person is consuming your content. That person is consuming your ideas and giving internally in their meetings that these are my original ideas. As they consume more and more, they start tuning towards your thoughts about what you know, everything. And now they want to partner with you. Because if they partner with you, they will get a flood of ideas. This is where the sale conversion happens. And this is the main reason why you have to become the go-to person in your industry. Whether you are looking out for a job, it helps you to get a job easily because you are different from the rest of the community and the crowd. If you are looking for sales, then you will attract more and more clients. And if you want to become a thought leader in your industry, where you want everybody to look towards you, voila, even that thing helps you. And all these things, you can do it on LinkedIn. Now you might ask me a question: why LinkedIn? Why not TikTok? Why not Insta? You tell me on Insta to what extent you recognize a person by the profile they have. A person might be doing promoting today about beauty products. Tomorrow they might be promoting about medicinal products. Third day they might talk about influencing for PACD. There's no correlation between what they are doing, and everybody knows that Insta influencers are may not be credible to that extent. Some are credible, but not everyone is credible. Everybody is doing something for influencer, and everybody wants that views. I really don't know to what extent the transaction happens, but Insta is more of something which is a visual appeal, and the appeal is there visually. You go and buy it on. Sorry. While on LinkedIn, it's a professional platform. You can write your designation as a CEO on Facebook, or say on Twitter, maybe on Facebook or Insta, Twitter, YouTube. Nobody cares literally. You write CEO of your own company on LinkedIn, and the next hour you will get a call from your CEO asking when you become the CEO of the company, because everybody trusts, and it's a trustable platform. LinkedIn, nobody will fluff what they are not as a professional person. This is where your influencing happens. Now As we move to the next slide, why LinkedIn? So you will be asking why only LinkedIn. So let me give you some fantastic stats about LinkedIn. LinkedIn has more than 1 billion users across 200 countries as of now. LinkedIn user spends on an average 7 minutes and 38 seconds on the site. 101 job applications are submitted to LinkedIn every second. US has 230 billion plus users on LinkedIn, 2x more engagement for any brand, they get it on LinkedIn. And organizations will, with complete information, get more than 30% weekly views. So for an organization, it is very important that they have the profile on LinkedIn, because whenever you are looking out for people, for to hire people, any candidate or each candidate will visit the LinkedIn profile, check everything, and it helps the candidate to understand the company culture. If they feel the company doesn't have a culture, or the culture is different from the way they wanted, they won't proceed. 2x more engagement. InMail has 300% higher open rates. Why? Because in a month's time, a person won't get, in a day's time, you won't get more than 2 emails. Why? Because the LinkedIn has designed it in such a format that only the important ones will get through, and that's why it's pretty costly. But whoever is sending emails, the success rate is very high, because you exactly have the target audience cut details and everything. And LinkedIn message ads have 40% engagement rate. With this data, which is an amazing data, this makes it all the more important for LinkedIn to be a part of your focus area. As we move on to, let me now why you need to become. So as I told you initially, becoming the go-to person on LinkedIn, there are two things that you need to leverage. One is importance of establishing your authority in the industry, and leveraging LinkedIn as a platform for growth. How do you establish your authority? Your authority comes from what you talk, how you comment, where you comment, how you discuss, how you debate. So there are a lot of people posting content on LinkedIn. It matters that you go and comment over there. It also matters that you every day put a post which is a unique thought process and which is a unique idea which you deliver out to people. Random just telling ChatGPT to create a post and posting it doesn't make sense, because it is not going to go anywhere. You need to come out with original ideas. Original ideas will get engagement. ChatGPT ideas won't get engagement. You can use ChatGPT to write your post, but ChatGPT cannot get you that idea. You need to come up with ideas. I explore a lot of tools. So recently I came across Talpio and Clevy, but I need to check how those applications are when it comes to creating content for LinkedIn. There are other LinkedIn tools that I have created videos. You will find it in the playlist. Once you have established okay, this is the area, this is the category, this is the idea around which I want to build my authority, then you move to the second step. In this step, we will learn about how do you optimize your LinkedIn profile and what all things are part of that LinkedIn profile. I have a detailed video about how do you optimize. This video is an overlay about all the video series, which are 30 to 40 videos I've created on each part, minute part of LinkedIn and how to use it. So right now we'll move going to our LinkedIn page. So this is my LinkedIn page. This is the headline. This headline defines who you are. And whenever you comment, this headline will get reflected, the first line. So do not ever write your designation over here, because for designation, you have a space. For this is what you do. This is your tagline about what you do. Again, this is a tagline. So your tagline needs to be over here. How it goes is, once you go into the message part, people will see that one line coming over there. Then there are, see over here, that's the first line that gets displayed. Again, the first line, TED speaker, Tarun Anand. Every time you will see that first line getting displayed, and that is where people will see you. If you write your designation, they don't know who you are. While if you write down, I help pharma professionals increase doctor prescription by 10x using AI. It is simple. This is what I do. I increase this sales by using AI. Ask me how. I'll explain you. So your name, here my name is pretty simple to speak. So what I did hack was I changed over here instead of so if you go over here, it was earlier his, her, something of that sort. I changed it as a tagline to Moses Gomes Pharma Marketer. So that becomes additional real estate that I can use for myself. I put my tagline, then the location, and then the contact info. And this is the core thing that people will see whenever they see your profile. Use always a professional photo and with a background image. I have, so this photo, to arrive at this particular photo, it took me huge amount of time. I would have earlier, what we do is we click our selfies, but it was not giving a professional look. Then I tried using some applications where I uploaded my photo and it delivered me, but it was chargeable after, later on. But the photos were looking a bit like AI. It didn't have that feel which I wanted. So then I asked my photographer friend to click a photo, and then he clicked a couple of photos in his studio, and this is where I got the perfect DP mugshot. Because the mugshot is essential. It needs to deliver confidence. It needs to deliver gratitude that okay, I understand where you're coming from. It needs to deliver authority. Because if your photo is like you're wearing a glare with a hat, and then you have this photo as a DP, nobody can make out who you are actually as a person. Because your half of your face and your DP is like stamp size. In that you are using glare, you are using cap, people will hardly see your face. How will they make out who you are? So your DP needs to be very sharp, and it needs to be communicating what you are. Then comes the cover banner, the Gen AI can 10x doctor engagement. This you can create using Canva. Canva has steady dimensions. You use images and then you create it. So this is what I created using Canva. Nowadays, there's an option that you can create carousel, but for me, it is more confused. People visit your profile and then the carousel keeps on moving. I felt it is more irritating. Let me be simple. There's a lot of, yani, with simplicity only everything gets resolved. As we move on to this particular aspect, now let's move to after. This is our presentation. So we have done this particular part. Then as we move, create and share valuable content. Value is very important. If you don't deliver value, nobody is going to believe you. So you need to spend time to think about it. You need to understand what, first understand what people are reading, what people are commenting in your industry on LinkedIn. If you're not aware about what people are commenting, what people are talking and sharing and debating, people won't relate to your content, because those are the baseline pieces of content that you create, and based on that particular content your idea will start forming. So there is one idea which is going on in the market, maybe about selfie stick, and you relate selfie stick with something else, and that's where your story comes on. So you are relating selfie stick in your industry, which is a B2B industry. You need to also engage through comments and discussions. If you see in my in the presentation, I always comment to whoever is commenting on my post, because if somebody has taken that pain to comment on your post, I need to at least thank that person for engaging with me. But what I also try to do is I try to ask them a question to start a debate, because the more conversation you have on a post with comments and everything, the more powerful it becomes, and it goes as like a viral, because LinkedIn wants people to have conversation, not to just go and comment, not to just post it. They want more conversations, because conversations help more and more people to spend more time. Because if there is a conversation happening, I will read the comment, then what was the reply, then again comment, then again reply, then comment, that reply. And then if I have to comment, I have to really think across what I should be commenting. And this is where LinkedIn, the more amount of time is spent. If you go on Facebook, people will be just scrolling on the reels feeds and everything. People won't spend time on anything else. LinkedIn is different. So create and share valuable content if you want to become the most important authority in your industry, because people with authority have a say, and that say people will debate, but people will also believe in that say. If you don't post anything, people will not recognize you. Build and nurture your network. What does this stand for? So you need to connect with industry professionals and thought leaders. So if you go on your network tab, I'll just show you on the uh, on LinkedIn. Once you go, there's a tab called network tab. Click on the network tab, and then over here you'll find people you may know in Greater Hyderabad area. So here, these are common people who are from my industry, or they are relatable industry or relatable client industry. I can send them connection request. While there are also options that I can follow some people also. So these are the connection requests that I can send. And then if you still scroll down, so over here I can follow this particular set of people. So that depends upon what you want to do. You can also follow people instead of sending a connection request, but you need to wait it out the option what needs to be done. But always keep on building and nurturing your network. Personalized connections, request and build meaningful relationships, because relationship is what matters. How I you do this is I usually keep on commenting a lot of people, and after commenting 2 3 times, if I am not part of that person's network, I send a connection request, because now the person is aware who I am and they will accept it. But if I just send connection requests continuously, they don't know who I am, they won't accept the request. So I need to contribute something to their post, like a comment or something of that sort. If I comment on their post, it recognizes, then I follow them. As I follow them, I come to know what are the new updates they are posting, sharing, where they are commenting, so I can have a discussion. And they start recognizing me with my name, my image, my tagline. As we start talking about commenting over there, slowly there's a me too factor, that knowing factor, context, and they start relating to me. And when they start relating, that is the time it is allowed. Say after 4 to 5 post comments, they will accept my connection request, and that's when I share the connection request. I don't share it in advance, I share it at that point in time, because I don't want my connection request going to them, and by the time they know me, I'm not able to send them connection request. Because if I withdraw a connection request, I need to wait for at least 3 to 4 weeks to again send the connection request. Now, coming back to our presentation, seek recommendations. Why you need to seek recommendations is there are two things. One is endorsements. So these are the skills for which people will endorse you. For those particular keywords, LinkedIn starts classifying you for recruiters or for salespeople. So whenever they are searching for some profiles, the class based on this classification, endorsement classifications, your profile gets built out. It's one of the criteria. Another thing is write recommendations. So you know a lot of people. Even if in a month you ask 2 people to give you a recommendation, and you also give them recommendation. These are the people who you are working as a client and sales relationship or client servicing, or these are your vendors, whoever it is. But you need to start asking for recommendations, giving recommendations. A lot of times somebody and the other person might request you that, okay, can you give me some content around which I need to write your recommendations. You can give that content, let them tweak it. At least what happens is the more recommendation you will, because most recruiters or say more sales, more clients, whenever you send them any DM message on LinkedIn, the first thing is they will visit your profile, scroll down to see what you are posting, and then recommendation, who has recommended you for what purpose. The more the recommendations, because if there is one of their friend who has given you a recommendation, they're definitely going to call it. And once they call him is where conversion will start happening, because once they call that particular person who you have worked with, their friend will always talk good about you because they have loved you about. This is where relationships gets built up, and from online you transit everything towards. And where you will find this recommendation part, I'll just show you. So if you go on LinkedIn, go on your profile. So over here, and on your profile, if you scroll down, as you scroll down, there is recommendations that you will see over here. See, these are endorsements, the skill endorsements, content marketing, product marketing, endorsed by 4 people in last month. So there are 55 skills that have got endorsements from different people. Product marketing, storytelling, digital innovation, Google Analytics, digital marketing, PPC, website development, press release, media relation, digital media, market research. Reason was I was early in PR. This is why you will see a lot of press release related stuff. Then comes this part. Then comes this recommendations. So I have received say 16 recommendations. Some places like Niyati is my student, and she liked the way I taught her SEO, chat GPT, digital marketing. Hence, she gave this test recommendation. Kartavya is a professional. He wanted to understand some things about LinkedIn strategy. That's when I helped him. Pranav, same way, he's data science VP, director at American Express. Again, I helped him for understanding LinkedIn. Srikanth was working with me, Naina was working with me, Andy was working, Naveen, Upasna, Cheryl, Rajneesh, Abhishek, Hemant, Shitanshu, Kishore. So these are the people who I've worked with earlier, and they have given recommendations about how I work. And these are at different places. Some were my friends, some I worked at the same workplace, some are my clients. Like Manoj Pandey was working with me, while Suresh was my client, Shitanshu was working with me, Hemant Upasni, I was working, plus he is a client. So these are the recommendation one, but as you go ahead, keep on collecting recommendations. So these recommendations I collected this particular year. So I got a lot of recommendation 2024. 2025, I usually get around 3 to 4. I don't ask each and every person to give me a recommendation because I want that recommendation to come with some power and for some authority. Because if authority figure gives a recommendation, it is seen and it is trusted by a lot of people. Instead of people at executive level giving me recommendations, because as I climb my ladder, I need to be well connected with that head of and that CXO level, and from there I need to get recommendations. You need to have your strategy in place for recommendations, how you give recommendations, to whom you give recommendations. And again, I don't. So let's move back to our presentation now. Seek and provide recommendation. Then comes stay consistent and authentic. A lot of people are really, they will spend say 2 3 days on LinkedIn, say maybe a week's time on LinkedIn, and then become inconsistent. So you need to be regularly posting on LinkedIn. If you decide to post 2 times in a week, then post 2 times in a week. Don't hassle around. In a year's time, you will have 100 posts. If you believe in posting 3 times a week, then do 3 times a week. But be consistent every day at that time you post, and be genuine in your interactions to build trust. When you comment, be genuine in your comment. When you reply, you be genuine, because genuinity is what gets easily noticed. Even when you write, people will know कि this is genuine, this is non-genuine. So the difference in genuinity and non-genuinity is easily seen. I'll just show you over here. Ha. So we are on this page, and I'll just show you. Mhm. So these are the posts. So post, comments, videos, images, articles, newsletter. So I used to do a lot of newsletter stuff earlier. Right now I don't have enough time, but events. I used to conduct live LinkedIn sessions. So these are the events, documents. So all the PDFs and everything will be seen also. This is what I uploaded today. This was earlier. So these are separate different documents that I've uploaded. But everywhere you will find consistency. Why you will find consistency easily is because if you come over here and analytic and tools, if I click over here, so consistently of doing something. There was a time like June to August and September to some extent that my activity went down, but I again started pulling my activity. So till date, so in a year's time, I've got 4,90,000 impressions, and I have reached 1,61,000 members. These are some of the top posts that I had got. So this is 60,000 likes and 34,000 impressions. So preparation calculated 365 days. Then this is for change. I don't want to talk about jobs on LinkedIn, just for students. So this is the impressions. Then again, so these are some of the videos. So as you go, you will understand what type of audience you have and what type of content you need to talk. So over here, maximum of my content, these are the job titles, industries. So pharma manufacturing is 21%, IT and IT consulting 7%, advertising 7%, hospitals 4%, and software development 3.7. So major is pharmaceutical manufacturing. And then seniority wise, 29% are senior and 16% entry level. Director level 11%. So 11 plus 29, it comes to around 40% of my audience is top league audience, which I built. Why I was able to build? Because of consistency. Nothing else will get you this end. Then we move to monitor and adjust your strategy. Why you need to start monitoring? Because if you don't monitor, you really don't know what is working and what is not working. So every time go on your analytics and understand the engagement, the metrics, how you will access it, what's working, what's not working. If something is not working, how can you tweak it? Let's go to the live version. So we are on my this thing, analytics part. So this is analytics, this is post related analytics, this is audience related, means who are my followers. So in the past 7 days, I can have 365 days, and then you will find followers coming at very high scale, slowly going down, then slowly picking up. If I say audience, then demographics. So I can have job titles, I can have locations, I can have industries, seniority, company size, companies. And post is where the main meat matters. So one is impression, one is engagement. Impression is how many people saw your post. Engagement is how many people liked or comment or reposted or shared. Any activity done by any particular person is counted as engagement. So impression is 4,90,000. Now let's see engagement. What is the engagement? So engagement is 18,000. So usually impression will always be high because a lot of people are scrolling the news feeds. They will just see your post. They might not spend time. But when they spend time is when the engagement gets calculated. So reactions is this, comments is 9,000 and reposts are 44. These are the top posts for engagement. And when I select impressions, these are the top posts for impressions. So over there you'll find different. So there is not enough engagement over here. So compared to the reach, like 11,000 reposts, 1979 comments, and 60,000. So this engagement compared to the repost and to the reach is very less. Hence, it is more of an impression led. So videos are giving me a lot of impressions, but not enough engagement. As I move towards engagement, then it is some award based, or when I'm giving some information about how do you collaborate or announcing a job change, is where I'm getting a lot of comments, which is high level of engagement. You keep on my suggestion is always keep on exploring. There are tools also like TAPM. So this tool I'll be taking over next time, but in this tool they have a facility that tool your LinkedIn as a brand product highlight. LinkedIn, okay, profile, wallet. There's, they earlier had a tool where I can view externally what is my traction. So many tools. So we downloaded headline, carousel, post booster, viral post, LinkedIn profile, use the power of AI to optimize suggestion. So these are the tools that I can use. So I can use this tool. Let's see what the tool has. Well, it's quite specific and might limit your reach to very low all pharma marketing specialist, LinkedIn coach, bridging gap between healthcare and Bridging gap between healthcare and tech with Gen AI community builder. Now, there's a suggestion from Marine Engines writing an engagement. So this is the entire they are suggesting. So there are a lot of suggestions. It depends upon you may want to do some suggestion, you may not want to do some. So they have given example Bill Gates. I really don't know whether Bill Gates has used this platform. So you can content inspiration. It's a pretty costly tool, but there are other tools available, and this tool starts like anywhere between. Let's go on the home page. Surprising. The proper one is $65. $65 is too much, and you have premium platforms charging only $10 or $12. This is too costly, and is that's why I don't suggest this tool. Whatever you can extract free of cost, it's better. You extract free of cost. But whenever you are spending money for to become a LinkedIn influencer, you must know only two things. LinkedIn as a platform is not made for influencers. You can become thought leaders, not influencers. And as an influencer, if you want to earn, then there are platforms like say Facebook or Instagram. Or if you are want to become a content person, you share content on YouTube. You have that hours, number of hours, and it's done. LinkedIn, you create your thought leadership, and that thought leadership will help you to be at the top league. So today what we learned is importance of LinkedIn to become an industry thought leader. Second thing what we learned, I'm just recapping, you need to have your professional profile page along with tagline and with all the photo, mugshot and everything. Third is creating content and start commenting and engaging. Fourth is give recommendations, give endorsements, ask for recommendation and endorsements. And the last part is analytics and start monitoring. I hope you like this master session. And I have all the videos where I detail each and everything. You can go to the playlist and view any videos. Thanks a lot for joining today. Bye.